Shalom, Akim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. And salutations to all the Akim, all four corners of earth who's pushing the truth of the city. Shalom, Akim. I want to get into little subject that's going on. You know, we're going to be encountering these things more and more because, the people, they're in gross darkness. The scriptures speak about, they lean towards their own understanding. And we're going to be, while we're on the highways and byways, the Lord, we're going to be encountering these people, and the Lord's going to be bringing these people up for us to chop up, man. Their pride has to be crushed. That these people have their own thought process as far as, the way the Lord looks and things of that nature. Who are the chosen people of the Lord? Who are the real Israelites? Who are the real Jewish people? Even though when you break down words and things, and this is another thing, that these people, they just go off of what they regurgitated or what they seen off of Channel 11. The word Jewish, that ish part means pertaining to, trying to be like if you're trying to be boyish or girlish, so therefore, it's a what's the word I'm looking for? They'll it's added on to it's a word added on to make a word mean something. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, so we have to squash that. We got you hear all sorts of things, man. You hear the color of the Lord is transparent. We've heard he's any color you want him to be, and they'll walk off. They'll do that one. Because once again, we're out there squashing these people's dreams and stuff, man. The Lord could be anything they want him to be. So yes, we are dream killing the wicked. Because the righteous, they're going to run and come hear these words. They're going to try to acquire about what we're speaking about. And they're going to do their due diligence, do their homework, and look up the things that we're speaking about, But a prideful person, and this is a lot of our people that we're going to encounter, because even our own people, it's hard for them to get the grasp the concepts for the most part that, Yahushai is a man, a black man, so-called black man. But even then, our people are waking up more and more to the truth, but the world is still stuck on that to these olive color, transparent color, anything, man. This is First Maccabees 3:48. And laid open the book of law when the heathen had sought to paint the likenesses of their images. And this is another thing that you got to realize too, that we had something, because people only think about what they see for the most part, what they see on TV. They don't do history. They don't look back in history, And we find out that there was a time, when this devil was banished and he came out of those caves, those Carcass Mountains, and he had something called he had the Renaissance fair, the rebirth. That was the rebirth of him. So he came out and start iconoclasting images and changing images that he's seen. He started putting his face, changing our faces and putting his face on things. He started going around the world, just destroying our artifacts that we leave. That's one thing we do leave. We leave artifacts showing that we were here, showing that we were, because that's what you're supposed to do, because somebody else will come by and try to claim something that's yours. And that's what we got going on. We have people who have stolen our identity. The wicked have stolen our identity, and throughout time, like I say, through the Renaissance fair and through the histories and where we're at right now, through these different books, they've changed the images, they've changed who we are. They've even changed some of the borders, man. The wicked does that too, man. Esau does that. He changes the borders. When you look at Sudan and Egypt, man, these were in two different areas at one point. The devil does that. He'll also put parallel lines to cut your country off, man. Think about North Korea. He even did it to his own in Germany. So he has a track record of doing that, man. So his track record is full of confusion. So right now, where we're at right now, you know, where the heathen had changed the images in books and of law and stuff, you know, and even on the paintings. And another thing, we got brothers that go over to Europe, different parts of Europe, you know, and then the eastern parts of Europe, you know, you know, they're seeing the true art. You know, they're seeing the things that we can't see over here because they have a block, you know, and Esau has a block on the information, you know. But, you know, these things are out there. You can see these things, man, you know. This is Psalm 64 and 6. No, I'm going to start at 5. They encourage themselves in evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart, and the heart is deep. So this devil did a search, man. He does a due diligent search upon the things that the Lord has blessed us with, man, and that we've done upon the earth, man. Because, you know, the higher ups, the elites know who they are. You know, they know who we are. You know, we also, once again, man, you just got to do history and know, do history and try, you know, because once again, history can be this devil. He could change history as he wants it, man. You know, so you have to be able to have this discernment. You know, the Lord has to be dealing with you to be able to eat that meat and chew the bone and spit the bones out, man. You know, because Esau has put bones through all this meat, man. You know, stuff was already good, and he just messed it up, jacked it up in his own way, man. Own wicked twist, put his own wicked twist to it. You know, like the scripture say, he did a diligent search, man. He searched out these things and then twisted it around, and made it fine, and made it the way he wanted to make it, man. You know. Which was confusion, man, at the end of the day. There's a saying that Esau likes to lie. So if you lie, just build and dig a hole, continue to dig in that hole, man. You know, so continue lying, man. He has to continuously add on to his lies, you know. You could go to this is Revelation 1. I'm gonna start at 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as a sound of many waters, man. So once again, you know, he says the feet were unto fine brass, man. You know, so we're slowly eliminating, you know, Esau out of that equation, you know, so that picture of Yahushua, you know, the world sees is not the image, you know, that is the image of this world, you know, the Jesus, you know, this fooled the world, you know. And it's our job to break down these strongholds that are on these people's minds, man, because the world is in gross darkness, like I said earlier, man, you know, and they're gonna fully believe whatever the rulers, whatever their masters put to them in their face, man, you know. But we have the truth, man, and it's our job to wake our people up as well as, you know, the world, whether they believe or not, man, you know. We doing our job, man. This is. Yeah, we doing our job, man, because, you know, our people, you know, we're waking our people up at the end of the day. Our people are asleep, man, you know. They're believing the images they see. You know, once again, I bumped into a lady the other day, you know, our people are in the belief that Sabbath is on Friday to Saturday, you know. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done out here, man. Our people, you know, they got to wake up, or else they're going to be fish food out here, you know. 2/3 has to serve their purpose, man. Plain and simple, man. You know, it's just what the Lord has written in the scriptures, man. But at the end of the day, yeah, these images, you know, and that the world has been fooled with. That's just, you know, what our enemy has coated their mind with, man. Has seared their brain with, man. You know, this is Isaiah 11 11 and 11, I'm gonna start at. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up a sign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. And so once again, our people are spread to all four corners of the earth, and we're gonna be intertwined with those peoples in these different regions. But at the end of the day, it's all about knowing who the Lord is, and knowing who you are, because we are not them. And our spirit is going to resonate and show that we are not, whether we mixed up with the Moabites or we mixed up with Esau. You have some Jacobs mixed in with Esau from these different areas, whether it be from all over the world, man, all four corners of earth, like the scripture just said, from all the islands. The Lord is going to, we've been dispersed to. The Lord is going to gather us. But that the image of the Lord, is plain and simple to the hopeful elect, but to the world, they've been blinded with the God of this world, which is a false image, and it's gonna get a lot of people killed in these days coming, and it's just the Lord's doing, man. With that being said, it's edifying. Shalom, Akim.